Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Today we're talking about how to prepare employees for future leadership before you need them. Now, nearly half of HR leaders struggle to develop leaders at their own organizations. But here's how your team can be more intentional about setting up promising employees for success and growth. Now, anytime your team has an open role, you'll likely consider candidates from both inside and outside the organization. But when it comes to leadership roles, some of your current employees might not meet the qualifications because they haven't received the training or mentorship needed to succeed in such roles. So given the historically low unemployment rate, elevating your current employees to leadership roles can be more effective than competing for outside candidates. And as an added bonus, your employees already know the ins and outs of the business, meaning they'll get caught up to speed quicker than the outside hire. Now, despite the benefits of promoting employees to leadership roles, that is, many businesses face challenges building leadership benches. According to a recent study from Gartner in 2018, 47% of HR leaders said their organizations struggled to develop leaders, and 45% indicated that their processes didn't yield the right leaders at the right time. Now, the study goes on to say that building a leadership bench is a top priority for 2019. For 67% of HR leaders and 78% of talent management leaders, this is a top priority, building a leadership bench. So, how can your team set up your current employees for future success as leaders? Don't worry, I've got a few steps to help you get started. Number one, define your career paths. Your most engaged employees want to build long-term careers with your team rather than just simply job hopping from one organization to another. One of the best ways you can get your current employees and prospective applicants motivated to do great work on your team is by defining career paths across roles and departments. Without specific career paths in place, your current employees get frustrated. They tend to get upset, and this will also turn off job seekers, eventually trying to come to your environment or your company. And you'll be less likely to build internal leaders because you seem unorganized and you don't have things in place to promote from within or even hire someone from the outside. On your career site and in your job description, make sure to highlight what career paths look like across the roles. And once you have employees on board, make sure they understand your career paths and exactly what they need to do to accomplish and get promoted and eventually reach the leadership role. Not only will defined career paths excite employees, but they will make it easier for your team to measure who stands out as a future leader. Number two, ask employees about career aspirations. One of the most effective ways to help employees reach leadership roles is by regularly checking in on them with their career aspirations. Now, if you're a manager, ask your direct reports where they want to be in 1 year, 5 years, and further down the road. If employees want to be leaders on your team, you can encourage them to hit specific measurable milestones or goals to grow in their roles and make it to the next level. Or when you ask about some employees' long-term career aspirations, it might turn out that they ultimately want to be a leader on a different team within your organization, obviously. So now, if this is the case, you can help provide the tools your employee needs to make that smooth transition, such as finding a mentor on the team they want to join or recommend various training steps. Number three, speaking of training, build a training program. With many HR leaders indicating that their organization struggles to develop leaders, one of the contributing factors might be that not enough training resources are available to the employees. Beyond initial onboarding, it's important to set up recurring training opportunities for all employees and additional training for future leaders. Training options can include things like shadowing fellow employees, right? Attending lunch and learn sessions, taking skills assessments, reading books related to employees' career paths, watching structured training videos, and just about anything else that might be a fit based on your specific leadership development goals. And number 4, set aside face time with the leaders. A great way for your employees to evolve into leaders is by interacting with current leaders at your organization. Consider encouraging your current leaders to have an open door policy, right? And make themselves available for the future leaders. Aspiring leaders can set up time with your leadership teams, to ask questions about how they grew into their careers and what it took to reach such a role. To save time, rather than setting up one-on-one meetings between each current leader and each future leader, you can also offer recurring Q&A sessions. Now, in these sessions, all the aspiring leaders can ask questions and hear similar helpful questions from their peers. Ultimately, exposure to leadership or exposure to the leadership team can motivate your most promising employees even further about pursuing a leadership path. Now, your current employees can ultimately be your most productive, successful leaders. By being more intentional about developing future leaders, you can ensure that you're not scrambling to fill roles when the leadership positions become available. All right? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That's my time. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch these videos to strengthen your leadership skills and to invest in yourself to make yourself a leader that people want to follow and a leader that someone wants to gravitate towards. And as always, if you feel like these videos are helpful, please like, subscribe and to the channel and share the videos with other people in your sphere of influence. If it's helping you, then maybe it'll help people around you that you deal with on a regular basis. All right? And always, remember, if you need any leadership development coaching, team building, or diversity training, I'm here for you guys. Please just reach out to me, contact me, let me know. And I promise you, we'll sit down and put together a tailor-made plan to help you be the leader that you want to be and that your team needs you to be, and also help your team to be highly productive and successful at the same time. All right? Again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching the videos. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?